Gulmohar begins and ends with a family gathering. 3 generations of Batras make merry together, but underneath the singing and dancing, the affectionate ribbing and joking, the furtive glances and smiles, lie years of strong ties, small hurts, and silent resentments. As Leo Tolstoy famously observed in Anna Karenina, all happy families are alike, each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. The opening party is a farewell. The families are bidding goodbye to Gulmohar, a sprawling 2-level bungalow in New Delhi that the late senior Batra built. The next day, packers will arrive and start dismantling not just the home but also a way of life. Kusum, the widow and de facto head of the family, announces that she's purchased a house in Puducherry and will be moving there to live alone. Her son Arun is bewildered by his mother's sudden insistence on going solo. He's also unhappy because his son Aditya wants to live separately with his wife. Arun's wife Indira is keeping the fragile peace between 3 generations. There are also other relatives, Kusum's brother-in-law Sudhakar, his son and his grandson. Sudhakar is one of those senior citizens to whom age hasn't bestowed wisdom but only bitterness and bile. For the first stretch, we're just observing these characters without really becoming invested in them. The story flits from one to the other. Each one is struggling, and despite living together, each one is isolated. Aditya has a startup that he can't get off the ground. His sister Divya has relationship issues. Arun and Indu are coming to terms with Kusum's Puducherry decision. Arun wonders if anything will be the same again. At one point he tells Indu, "Sab bikhar gaya, sab dhundla sa lag raha hai." Not all the characters have enough meat, and a sort of drab sameness sets in. But just when you start to get restless, debutant director Rahul V. Chitela stages a scene of such power and emotion that the entire first half comes into sharp focus. And once he tightens the reins, he doesn't let go. Rahul has spent many years under the tutelage of Meera Nair, and in Gulmohar you can spot traces of his mentor. There is that same generosity, that same humanity. Gulmohar reminded me in the best way of Meera Nair's Monsoon Wedding, also a film about family and how it can be both a support system and a trap. One of the most memorable parts of Monsoon Wedding was that delectable romance between the housemaid Alice and the wedding planner P.K. Dubey. Gulmohar can't match the magic of that, but here too we see sparks fly between the house staff. They aren't just invisible people serving. They have their own complicated lives and interactions. In fact, one of the best lines in the film is delivered by a helper named Paramhans, played by Chandan Roy. He tells his close friend, "Jo kaam dil se ho sake, usme dimag ko zor mat de." Despite repeated failures, Param insists on learning to speak English, and at one point he says, "In life we only need hope and love."
ये हमारा घर था, जो हमने ईंट पत्थरों से नहीं, रिश्तों से बनाया था। रिश्ते जो खून से नहीं, दिल से बने थे.
Rahul and co-writer Arpita Mukherjee pack in a lot. This is a film that bats for inclusion, same-sex love, religious tolerance. Not all of it lands. Some of the ideas and character arcs seem stitched on rather than baked into the narrative. But despite these bumps, Gulmohar doesn't lose its emotional heft or ache, much of which comes from a towering performance by Manoj Bajpayee, who plays Arun. This is an actor whose excellence has just become routine. We don't expect anything less. But observe the details. Arun is mild, he's deferential, he suppresses his hurt until one day when he explodes. And when he does, it is a thing of beauty. Arun develops a mild tremor in his hand. In one scene, Manoj's back is to the camera, his fingers out of focus, and yet you can see them shaking slightly. Manoj doesn't miss a single beat. There's also Sharmila Tagore, back on screen after 12 years. Sharmila ji has been working for over 60 years and her presence is enough to elevate a scene. She just has this innate wisdom and a beauty, but she also has a built-in defiance which serves the character well. Like Sharmila, who caused a sensation by wearing a bikini for a magazine cover in the 1960s, Kusum is also a rebel. But her disruption is layered with dignity. And watch out for Simran as Indu, she's wonderful. The film also benefits from a melodious score by Siddharth Khosla and cinematography by Ishit Narain. There is a warmth, visual and emotional, that holds these individuals together. Gulmohar might be gone, There are lines in the film about the fast-changing landscape of Delhi where old bungalows are giving way to skyscrapers. But if strong enough, familial bonds outlast houses. This film gives us the comfort of that. You can watch Gulmohar on Disney Plus Hotstar. What did you think of Gulmohar? Tell me in the comments below, and do check out FC Popcorn, in which we talk to Smriti Mundra about the romantics and how to be a documentary filmmaker.